The city of New Haven is investigating its second homicide of the year so far. We're also taking a look at a breakdown of just how this year compares to last year as far as gun violence. I'll have more on that coming up next.
And people still picking up the pieces in New London. What crews say they're doing to try and recover as much as possible from that church.
Also, it was the defense's turn to question a detective about Michelle Trones' interrogation. We'll tell you what he had to say on the stand.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for starting off your day with us. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Starting with the forecast over to meteorologist Matt Scott. Was waiting on that sun yesterday. Like you said, wasn't really going to get it, but I'm counting on today.
Did you get out? You didn't see any, did you?
No,
I didn't.
I guess I imagine Tim just outside his windows.
Getting mad.
Where are you?
You'll get
Come back.
I would like to see that. I'd like to see a photo of that. We will get some today. A little more sun, even with the clouds still winning out. And even with the sunshine, it's a little colder today. Okay, we'll top out in the mid-30s, fairly seasonal, but we are quiet largely as we head into February, which begins on Thursday, and we'll talk about that coming up. A few snow showers south of Boston, heading down to Newport. That is not a big deal. We have a light wind out of the north and the east. Temperatures are fairly mild for 6 a.m. 33 in Hartford, 35 in New Haven, 34 in Groton. As we mentioned, your normal highs are about in the mid to maybe a little warmer in the 30s at the shore. So not a bad start, but the temperatures are not moving today. Clouds now, clouds later. In between, we get some sunshine. Temperature seasonal for now. Got a little warm up to talk about. Do we have any trouble on the horizon? We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. She's trouble in a little package. Good morning, Rachel Piscatelli.
Hey, good morning, Matt. 6:02 here. And we are looking okay. We have one crash to tell you about over in Newtown now. This is on 84 westbound. This is out by exits 10 and 11. It does look like this involves a tractor trailer at the moment blocking one lane, and so one lane is getting by. So we're starting to see delays stretching back because of that crash. Again, this is out by exit 10 and 11 on that eastbound side of 84 near Newtown. So your drive times over in Hartford, though, that looks pretty good. From Hartford to New Haven, it's 36, Hartford to Waterbury 30, and Rocky Hill to Hartford on 91 North, you're looking at a 7-minute drive. Tim and Erica.
Well, this morning, New Haven police are investigating after a young man was shot and killed last night.
Yeah, it happened on New Hall Street near Dixwell Avenue. Now, Fox 61's Brooke Griffin joins us live now. She's in New Haven. Brooke, good morning. How has this January compared to last year when it comes to deadly shootings?
Yeah, so last night's shooting ends up marking the second homicide of the year so far here in New Haven. Now, while two just in a month of the very first part of the year may sound alarming, we're actually behind where we were this time last year. Last January, New Haven actually had 5 homicides here in the city. So a little bit different, really, comparing what last year to this one. New Haven police say this all started around 7:30 last night. That's when a shot spotter on New Hall Avenue picked up activity in that area. Now, when police arrived, they say crews found a young male victim with gunshot wounds about 2 blocks away on Huntington Street. The boy's age and name have not been released at this time. Police say he was taken to the hospital where he later died from those injuries. Now, this is the 4th shooting in New Haven so far this year, 2 of which have now been deemed fatal when adding in last night's scene. According to a police database, New Haven's homicide rate by gun violence is lower compared to this time last year. Last January, police say 5 people were shot and killed. Also, looking at the year as a whole, 23 people had been shot and killed, with 2 of them being teenagers. The data shows overall the amount of shootings in New Haven last year went down, but the number of them that were fatal actually went up. This data only includes information of fatal shootings, not any other means of homicides. We did speak with New Haven Mayor Justin Ellicker over the past few months, and he has said many times about wanting the city's officers to be proactive and vigilant. That's in order to lower the gun violence rate in the city. Now, he says he wants to see it go down yet again this year. And New Haven police say last night's fatal shooting is still a very active investigation, very early stages, trying to find that suspect. They are looking through surveillance video and combing the area. They say that if anyone has any sort of information that could help them out with this, to go ahead and give them or Crime Stoppers a call. Live in New Haven, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thanks so much for the update there. Well, meantime, at 6:05, city leaders in New London say they expect demolition of what remains of the historic First Congregational Church to be finished by the end of the week. Still no word yet on what caused the collapse. Now the attention turns to what can be preserved from the rubble. Yesterday, crews carefully tried to preserve portions of what is still standing on the corner of Union and State Streets.
There's one very large crucifix right on the back wall of the sanctuary. They evaluated it. It weighs an enormous amount. They're going to try to recover that before they demolish that back section. That seems to be the last artifact that we could pull out of there.
Now there are also hopes to preserve the modern addition near the back of the property. As of right now, officials say the site doesn't pose a health threat to the public, but state environmental officials will take rubble from the site to test it further.
An East Hartford police officer and a retired officer are both facing charges because state police said they were driving under the influence. Now, state police arrested Joseph Ficacelli and Robert Pronovost Sunday in Summers. Officer Pronovost retired from the East Hartford Department earlier this year. Ficacelli is currently a lieutenant there, and the department said he's been placed on desk duty. Now, troopers said they were both in the same car and claimed that at some point they switched seats, which is why they were both arrested. Now, New Haven police said 2 officers have both been placed on leave after they were arrested. The state police said Officer Alexander Carr and Officer Kenneth Cobb were both driving under the influence. They were arrested on Sunday, but in separate incidents. They weren't together. New Haven Police Chief Carl Jacobson said he has started an internal affairs investigation.
An 18-year-old is facing charges accused of firing shots inside of a gas station. Police say it all happened on Sunday just around 10 p.m. at the Cumberland Farms on River Road in Shelton. Officers say they found a broken window and a shell casing in the parking lot. No one was injured. Police arresting 18-year-old Joshua Vasquez and say that they found a firearm and clothing matching what detectives saw on surveillance. He's facing numerous charges, including unlawful discharge of a firearm. Officers searching for 2 men who they say robbed a package store at gunpoint in West Hartford. Police say it happened Saturday just before 7:30 at the City Line Liquor, that's on Prospect Avenue. The suspects are accused of walking into the store and demanding money. During the robbery, one employee was reportedly pepper sprayed. Another employee was punched in the face.
Another juror has been released from the Michelle Trones trial. That juror had to leave the country because of an emergency, so an alternate was sworn in to take their place. That leaves now just 2 alternate jurors left. Inside court yesterday, Trones' defense attorney cross-examined some witnesses, including a retired police detective who was asked about the interrogation of Trones. The defense argued that Trones was subjected to police tactics like being lied to by detectives as they searched for answers.
Was it part of your training as a technique to have more than one officer directing questions one after another to a single person who's being interrogated?
That's not the best way to conduct an investigation or an interview. We believed, given the totality of their relationship, that she would know more than she was giving, more information than she was providing us.
Okay, fair enough. But she kept telling you that she did not know, didn't she?
She did.
Trones' attorney also showed the jury pictures of Fotis and Trones at Starbucks the day Jennifer was reported missing. Investigators said Trones didn't tell police about that trip when outlining what she did that Friday. The trial is expected to pick back up again at 10 a.m. in Stamford. You can watch it live on Fox 61 Plus.